or encouragement in. That's it. End of.
Yeah, no, that sounds amazing. I don't think necessarily showing people how to improve their LinkedIn profile has the same effect.
But no. But you see, this is the thing, is that when people get stuck, right? So if somebody is stuck on their LinkedIn profile and you get them past that, you liberate that person to go further than they would have done if they hadn't come across you. Do you know what I mean? So you might not see it directly in what you're doing, but it is impactful. It does. You're helping people get past stuck places that could grind them to a halt if they didn't have you going, right, sunshine, here's what you do, and, you know, off you go. You know?
You might have to write my LinkedIn page.
I'm not the best copywriter in the world yet, but I would be delighted to.
Brilliant. Talking about social media, how do you use social media to market your business?
Okay, so for me, social media, I do live video trainings. I share posts. I share what I'm up to, and I also like sharing resources and things that I'm learning.
Yeah.
So basically, as quickly as I can learn something, I want to help other people learn it.
Yeah.
You know, because if I can shortcut somebody else's process, I mean, you know this. I mean, any of us that are in business, we've gone through things that we're like, you know what, if I'd known then what I know now, I could have like saved myself a lot of pain. So if I can save somebody else some of the pain, I would love to.
Yeah.
So I use it, you know, I do use it a lot for that. I run groups on it, both my free groups, but also then my paid community. I have still embedded in Facebook because people are on there and it's easy, and you know, people generally now are quite familiar with how to use it, so it takes down that tech hurdle that you could otherwise have, you know. I also try and use it to let people get to know me. And here's the big thing for me about letting people get to know me. It's not just so they can go, oh, you're amazing, I want to work with you, which, you know, is nice. but it's also because there's some people that are going to come into contact with me and be like, nope, she would do my head in.
Yeah.
And, you know, I would rather they find that out before they spend any money. You know, I don't want somebody's money if I'm just going to do their head in. It'd be better for them to, you know, find someone that is going to jive well with them.
Absolutely.
So, right. So for me, that's a big piece of social media that I think a lot of people lose out because they're scared of people not liking them. But for me, that's a fundamental piece of why we go out there, is to help people shortcut that process. You know, do you want to work with me? Great, fantastic. Here's how you do it. You don't want to work with me? Bless you. Please find the person. You know, keep going. Find the person you do want to work with. Don't let me being a pain in your butt stop you. You know, like so that's that. I guess that's really how I use it. I also ask a lot of questions and I run polls, because the more that I can tune into what my audience need, the better I can serve them.
Yeah, well, it's really funny. I mean, I love doing polls. I do polls about the biggest load of nonsense. I did a poll last night about, are you watching Love Island or not? In about 30 minutes, I had 12 votes. So I thought, oh my goodness, well, there you are. People are really interested in that. That's hilarious.
That's it.
I am not watching Love Island.
No, me either.
You know, it's just really, but it's fun. It's fun to do that kind of stuff too on social media.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, if you were going to, what have you got? Have you got Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook?
Oh, sorry. I have a LinkedIn, but I really don't use it. I really don't use it. My folks tend to be on Facebook, a little bit on Instagram, and then I use Twitter for finding other people, you know, like yourself. Yeah. But I mean, I really use social media similarly to how I think my customers do. You know, I look for people that I want to follow and connect with as much as I put myself out there. So the big ones for me would be Facebook, secondary Instagram, and then more for my own entertainment, Twitter.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it, actually. I do love a bit of scrolling through Twitter for fun.
That's it.
So if you were to talk to a woman who was thinking about starting her own business, Kathrine, what would your advice be? Do it, really. I mean, the thing is, like, it's not an easy route. It's not an easy way out. No,
but, right? But it is so satisfying when it works. And, you know, in this day and age, you have so much access to great learning. So whatever it is that you don't know, you can either learn it or you can delegate it. You know, so for me, especially now that we have places like, you know, sites where we can recruit people from other countries at less cost, we have opportunities that previous generations just did not have.
Yeah, that's true, actually.
You know, we really do. Now, not everybody will understand. And if you need to find people who can support you. But again, there are great communities out there, both paid and free, by the way, and Social Bee being one of them, you know, where you can put yourself among like-minded people who have an entrepreneurial spark about them, you know, people who are setting up, and people who've already run their own businesses and can really, you know, that you can tap into their expertise and experience to support you while you get yours off the ground and can cheerlead you through the rough days. I mean,
yes, I mean, as you say, you don't have to be in paid groups for this stuff. If you can talk to somebody who's even 3 months ahead of you, you can get so much good advice out there from other people. It's brilliant.
Absolutely. I mean, and there's so many good places to learn, you know, and yeah, there's really, what I would ultimately say is, look, if you have a dream on your heart, you've already got the blueprint. That being said, it's time to wake up and get building.
Yes.
You know?
No, absolutely.
You know?
Would you recommend that somebody starts a business alongside their existing job first, or just go for it?
Honestly, it depends on your circumstances. You know, for some people, that's not a viable option.
Yeah.
You've got to know yourself. You've got to look at your life and...
Your appetite for risk, isn't it?
Well, yeah. And, you know, if you have no savings and you've got a walloping big mortgage and half a dozen children and car repayments and, you know, a cruise planned or whatever,
yes,
you might make different decisions than if you're someone who is...
Let me just tell you, if you have a dozen children, you don't have a cruise planned.
Fair enough. Good point, well made. But you know what I mean? Like, depending on your circumstance, like I would make different choices because I don't have any kids at home. Mm-hmm. So for me, there are different choices that are open to me. Mm-hmm. And because I've been self-employed forever, it's not scary to me to be self-employed.
Yeah, it is a scary leap for people to take. I absolutely see that from talking.
It's really different. And
Mm-hmm.
And if you even think that your routine, you know, the day and hour that you walk out of that office, however much you hate it, your routine has disappeared. Yeah. You know, you now have to decide, well, what am I going to wear? I don't have to dress up in work clothes. What am I going to wear? When am I going to work? Where am I going to work? How am I going to work? You know, you don't have anybody cracking the whip over you and setting deadlines for you. So even things like that can be really discombobulating for a while if you're not careful. But if you get yourself into a community where there are other people who have recently started businesses or people who remember what it's like to go from that employed life or corporate life or whatever, and can help you navigate that and prepare for some of that in advance. You know, even just asking, okay, well, where are you going to work? Yeah. You know, where's that quiet place that you can focus and get stuff done? And what hours of the day do you work best? Because the nice thing is that if you're setting your own schedule, well, do you know what? If you're a night owl and you really come into your own at 11 p.m. at night, knock yourself out. Off you go at 11 p.m. at night. You know?
A funny story for me this week was I'm going to be a guest on a podcast, one of my podcasting heroes, and I'll tell you about that when it actually happens.
Awesome.
The only appointment I could get was at 11:30 last night, and I just messaged her personal assistant and I said, is there any way we can change that time, because I am in bed asleep at 10:15.
Yeah.
So thank heavens it got moved to 5 o'clock tomorrow, because and I'm quite happy, I'm quite chilled about the whole interview, but I was really stressed. It was 11:30 at night. I'll be yawning my head off of my brain won't work. But it really shuts down about 8 p.m. It's going to be a disaster.
Congratulations on holding your line and knowing what you needed out of that as well.
I just thought, you know what, this might be a bit cheeky, but is there any chance of moving? And there was. I was like, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, brilliant. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's very exciting. But anyway, so Kathrine, we are going to wrap this up, and I would love for you to tell everybody how they can find out more about both your dog agility, in case we have any dog agility people listening, but also your coaching for women.
Lovely. So the hub really is drkathrine.com. So drkathrine.com. And you can find everything there. That will link you through to online classes, to how we can work one-on-one if you'd like some high-level coaching or that. And if you want to connect on Facebook, I would love to have you there. You can connect at facebook.com/Dr Kathrine. Same spelling as before, no tricks. And that will also link you to my podcast and everything else that I have in store for you guys.
What's your podcast called?
The Feisty Life.
The Feisty Life. Oh, I like it. All right, brilliant. It's been brilliant having you on, Kathrine.
Thanks for having me.
No worries. Have a great day.
And you.
I hope you've enjoyed this episode of the Social Bee podcast. Come and join us over at www.socialbeeni.com and let's start creating a buzz about your business. And if you like what you hear, please pop over to iTunes and leave me a review. I'd really appreciate it. See you next time.